we will discuss now point situated in different quadrant. So let us take the case when the point lying in first quadrant. So we take point P lying in the first quadrant. So this one is vertical plane, this one is horizontal plane. So this is the point. So to get the front view, we view from this side, the projection of this point will lie on the vertical plane. So we mark it as a P dash. Then to observe the top view, we view from the top side, its projection will lie on the horizontal plane. We mark it as at a P. So to make it in two dimensional, so we just rotate this horizontal plane 190 degree clockwise. So when we rotate this horizontal plane, this moves like it become like a vertical. So the point shifted from this position to this position. So means a single projector line. So we demonstrate this one on the sheet as taking XY reference line, and on this one this P dash is a front view, so that is in the vertical plane, and P is a top view in the horizontal plane. So this S represent the distance of this point from the or we can say above XY. So this T distance is the position of top view from the reference line or vertical plane. So this is the position and representation of point in the first quadrant. Now the case is when point is in second quadrant. So we take point Q lying in the second quadrant. So this one is vertical plane, this one is horizontal plane. So here when we observe from this side, its front view will lie on the vertical plane. So we mark it as a small letter Q dash, and on same way viewing from top side, we observe the projection of point Q as a Q small letter. So this represents the top view of the object. So same way we have to rotate this horizontal plane. When we rotate this horizontal plane, it overlap with the vertical plane. And now we will demonstrate this in the two dimensions sheet. So that is, this is your XY reference line, and this Q is the front top view of the object. So that is this distance Q, so away from the vertical plane. So we mark it from the XY away from the XY. So we mark it as Q. This is top view, and this Q dash, the distance of this point, that is equal to S from the XY line. So this represents the front view of the object. So this is the representation of the point when lying in the second quadrant. Now we just having this third case, that is when the point lying in the third quadrant. So in this case we are considering the point as R. So when we view from the top side, its projection will observe on this horizontal plane. So we mark it as a small letter R. And when we view for the front view, so from this side when we observe this object, so its projection will lie on the this vertical plane. So we mark it as a R dash, small letter. So now we will rotate this horizontal plane 90 degree. So when we rotate this one, in this case the horizontal plane lie above XY line, so in the vertical position. So same we have to represent on this sheet in the two-dimensional sheet. So here this point R is the top view, so that is this distance top view, that's away from the XY line, so that is T. So this is your top view, and front view is below XY, so that is R dash. So we mark here R dash equal to distance of this point from the XY, that is this distance, that is S here. So this is the representation of the position of a point in the third quadrant. Now the next is point is lying in the fourth quadrant. Here you can see here, so this is your horizontal plane, and below this vertical is your vertical plane. So this, in this case we are considering the point D. So to get the front view, we view from this side, so its projection will observe on the vertical plane, so we mark it as a D dash. And to get a top view, we view from the top side, its projection will observe on this horizontal plane, so we mark it as a point D. So same way we have to rotate this horizontal plane. When we rotate this horizontal plane, now it will overlap with the vertical plane. So same way we represent this in the two-dimensional sheet as, first of all, this top view D. So that is, you can see here, this is your projector line. So projection of this D on this surface, that is horizontal plane, so this distance, so this point is the top view. So same is equal to T. So we mark as from the xy, mark point D at distance of t. Now in the front view from this side, so here is a front view from this to this one, so this is D dash, so distance is t, so away from the xy, so equal to D dash, this one. So this is the representation of point in the fourth quadrant.